Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yes, attorney. How's you going? Hopefully we'll be able to finish up Adventure 3. Hey Cal, hey Fire Fan. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? No. To be sure I have, my lord. There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Begad, no. 'Tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous, or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? Fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. No cap. Aye, and 'twas me who peddled the little urchin to get away after it all happened. Helped. How did I read peddled? I am fucking tired as hell. I haven't even done anything all day. I had a good night's sleep. I've had a nice day. Why am I so tired? I need a nap. I had 20 minutes and I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be streaming right now. Oops. Helped the little urchin get away, not peddled. That damn little urchin. You. What? Huh? No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. Oh, wah 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 wah. Wah. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nuttin' when I was taken in by the police. The only word he said when he was taken in by police was nuttin'. Welcome back, Fire Fan. Welcome in. Not a lot has happened. He let a little kid run away. Oh, a young urchin. What kind of urchin? I forgot already. A little urchin. There's a very good reason for it as well, which was... Oh, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see. Kids can't do murders. They don't know what that is. That's illegal. What? What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd only have hauled her into this room, into this here courtroom, just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. My lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? Fuck if I know. You don't know? Hey, well, the wee ting just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Someone get shot? Ah, smoke. Fire's a fire. Look, someone's trying to get away. Cough after them. It's no use. Cough, cough. I can't see anything through all this smoke. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Oh, that fucking woke me up. Fucking someone dropped a smoke grenade. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Damn, I wish I'd known that was gonna happen. Could have stopped there after 2 more minutes of play. Yeah, I'll save it again. You never know. Always have indeed have a new save, he said, replacing the old one every time. Feb. 1-ish. What the fuck just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Mrs. Sato. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. Smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? Probably a ninja. The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? It's a young girl of around 15, I hear. She got outed by the guy. She's the criminal. She's the murderer. A young girl? Then, could it be? The other passenger that Mr. McGillicuddy was just talking about. My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGillicuddy, actually? So many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? It's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? 20 pence. Hmm? Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, who's getting fired later, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. Brings to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there are in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right, that is strange. That's all for the defense. Kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mrs. Sato. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes! Which is cool. There's the young girl next to McGillicuddy, next to Mr. McGillicuddy. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGillicuddy. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which failed proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the type typically employed by the army. Good gracious. The army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. But she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my court? Just don't use the smoke grenade, just stay there. You're probably gonna be fine. You only got caught because you tried to drop it and book it. What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Ahem, if I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGillicuddy. I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? Not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Oh, hey Dumpy. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, beggar! A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather, on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? It is exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. The witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Hold it! And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were. See. Aye, and that's why I took the back seat as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. It said, 'tis the most comfortable, and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Then, beggar, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. Hold it! A loud thud, you say? And a scream. Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the roof. Fell on the floor. Can't read. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream. From the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. It was from the inside the cabin. I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Hold it! You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. You could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? It's common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Oh! Hurrah! Lord Van Zeeks, now why would that be? You wake to find a man dead, lying dead, you're at your feet in a carriage? Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself entangled with trouble. Oh, are you suggesting that you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive! No! I was always intending to report it as it was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and the wherefores. Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find?
Hold it!
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious. To your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Naruto, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. When I looked at it. And that's when I found her. There's a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding a wee self away. But... Can I actually look at it? I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can look at it. Why can't I skip through this again? Alright. I'm just checking, but what I'm pretty sure I'm remembering is that when we found the little cubby hole, it was too small for a person. Here's the handle. Oh no, this one's fine. Oh, it's supposed to have tools. But it's been emptied out. Perhaps to fit a small girl inside.
Hold it!
Say she was hiding herself. Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. Our eyes met. Well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. Oh, you're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. Seat opposite. That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You set this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fella's voice this time. Presumably, that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, you must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGillard. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason. Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. For that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Oh, horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. Ah! She's a chancer, earns her crust among alarmed crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, a petty thief? Thief in the night? Hola! Hola! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. What the fuck? Ah! How dare you! What is the meaning of this? Ah! The girl, she's gone! Open your eyes. I'm over here. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gen. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? It's alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. What the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. It was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind ting in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that. This swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGillard. Oh, just simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Was your theory that he did kill him? I vaguely remember something like that. I think you did say something to the effect. Certainly possible. I haven't personally seen a Ace Attorney case where the defendant did it and we find out in the end that he did it and that was it. Although the first case in this game was our defendant did it, we just didn't know until after. So it could be happening again. Yes, and okay, yeah, the seat opens up, which is the question I had just now. So yeah, someone sitting on it would not be able to, would be woken up if they were sleeping, for example, by someone going in or out. Of course, the wee lass was stuck in there, because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration. Allegedly. Ah! So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. Meowdy lass. But I couldn't live with myself for a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. Where are you, stuck lass? What's the problem? Stuck how? Oh, I see. Yep, the word lass. I get you. You're stuck in a carriage seat. Also, the lass in question fucking rules. She's great. You'll see in a minute. I assume. Must have realized your action of your own innocence. Called into question. Not at all, my lord. Not at all. Oh. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord. This fine example of a man cannot passively be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Every single one of you condemned earlier. You guys suck. And now, it's more likely that he did it. You guys are a bad jury. All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? This has never happened before. Mr. Naruhodo, this, well, it must mean... It must mean what? That we're victorious. We've won? Ah, are you sure?
Objection!
Oh. There's 10 rules. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Huh. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. In his true nature. Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witnesses put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? What? Yeah, we heard it here. Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effective, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Yeah! I knew there was stuff in it. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Shit in there! Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the safe that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? I'm really pretty sure it wasn't empty. Let's look at the court record real quick. Look at this. Doesn't say nothing. Did I find the... This is what I get for not playing for 2 weeks. Oh, I shouldn't have taken a break. I'm pretty sure I had stuff in it. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. As far as I remember, at least. When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? No, you wist. What are you saying now, you daft door? I thought you were on my side here. What game are you playing? The task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. It's not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interests now to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the pink purse are lying. Oh! I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Quite so. I must concur here. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Stop saying that every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked out the horses. Just like always.
Hold it!
So, you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, isn't it? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Can you refrain from entertaining her tenants? That does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And 1 little scapegrace riding for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? That's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right? Your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach, you know? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuckle that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. But I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could idle under the seat. That's all I can tell you. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night.
Hold it!
A waste of time. Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and the God permit at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit? Oh yeah, well that's what my kind call it. Say the omnibus, I suppose. Point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. That's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it. Only that night. This code was sat on the seat from the start. He fudged the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck. You mean to tell us that you were present at the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time, while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right. Right, mister? To be sure, to be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Mr. Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Oh yeah, also it's Lestrade. I tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitched in there.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out a crack. That kind of butcher's ooze I'm gonna fiddle. Thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Obson's choice. Let's just stick to people's pockets in the open then. I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Thanks for it. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang. I nearly jumped out of my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim. Could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened to that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. Pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up, the bloke would have fallen on the floor of the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilder's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. Should never have risked looking. Because of that, the swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. So it's looking quite a lot like he done did it. He did the dang thing. And he's paid off this girl to lie on the stand. Let's find out more.
Hold it!
Mr. McGilder discovered you. He pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit, and he ended up falling onto me. Ugh, how awful. Both my hands were covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both their hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop person just saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilder for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we can clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Okay, what's the stuff we got? Artist knife. We can examine this again. We got a Lestrade in here. All sorts of secrets in the gentry. Oh dear, you really think we'll look inside? Yes, we look inside already. Yep. Please, please. Actually, I wonder. Are you sure we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside? Well, let's see what we find. Oh, it's all blurs. No idea what it says. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Only gentlemen. I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Gosh, it's crammed full of the same stuff. Alright, so no. Yeah. No Gina. Alright, what else got? Autopsy report. Single stab wound. He was bleeding. He sat with the notes behind him. Oh, I don't want to have to go back into the bloody omnibus again. Maybe the button thing thing is going to come up. Nothing there. Yeah, I don't really see anything in these. Right, I'll waste time. And nothing to show from my troubles that night. Tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitched in there. No. After a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped up my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. What's that? Where's Swell found me? Oh, hang on. What's that on her head? Not very similar looking. Big round yellow buttons. So, it could be. I don't know. Well, can I have a hint? All 6 members decided it was innocent. One brief shining moment. Yes. There's no hints. Actually looking at this fucking guy. Where's it all gone now? Oh, look at the fucking river skin. Dang it. Have a look at this bottle of tomato sauce. It's blood, right? Something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious. That's all. And yet, Van Zieks made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I don't know if that puddle was there before. Here's a handle. Pops right open. That's like very fresh looking blood. Is there anything presenting one of these? Oh, let's find out. Look at all the stuff sitting on the seat. I'm a little bit lost here. Nothing to show for me troubles. Didn't see out in the cabin at all. Another job. Most I just push up the cushions with my head and look out the crack. Didn't have a butcher sit where I'm gonna fiddle. Aided a little. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? I got my eyes fixed on this fucker. Relax. All. I'm gonna be all over him. Passengers plant themselves opposite. For some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. Is there a reason for that? He says he just likes it, but... Can I prove another reason? Ain't too happy in small dark places.
No.
Yeah! He made it really obvious, okay. Hey, fucker, what's up with that?
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? What are you giggling about? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Mr. Strahd's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. It was nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. It was terrifying, so it was. I see, yes. I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Mr. Lestrade! Welcome back again, Firefan. Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. James, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. If only Mr. Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers? What was it? What was the thing that pointed out? Ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels like being thrown in the clink. It's like pushing her to say stuff. I know the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. So, like, did the bang? This isn't the line of the bang, no. Very sussy. I'm just gonna say it's important. That's what this game usually goes for. My lord! It's definitely important. I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner working of your Eastern Mind Council. Alright, fucking it's a bit racist. It's a bit Orientalist. Something along the lines of didn't even hear this guy get stabbed, didn't hear him shout at all, maybe? Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Hold it!
So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time? Since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. We just pushed the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me. Mr. McGill had sat on the seat in which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, would you have an Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! So then all I could do was listen. What a mug! I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? Well, would he? Not likely. Even though he stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market. Snoring like an old dog he was. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? Was it not up? Less? You see something? You hear something? You know something? Could be like... The other two said they opened the door and this guy was snoring so they didn't want to hang out. But that's not until the other guy... Oh! Yeah, never heard the door open. Like ever? So, yeah, they would have got on at the same time? Perhaps? Good spot. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts, as we know them. Ah! At odds? Ah, are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zeeks realized it too. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Mr. Strahd, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGillen's snoring. Think, Vinosuke, think. There's something else you should have heard. In evidence? Oops, nope. It's probably just show a person and it's show him because yeah. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Mr. Strahd could not have failed to hear on the night in question. Sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. Bop. Any other options? These two did say that they tried to get seats indoors, but it was full up. So he had to be on there first. Boy, Mason. When did he get on, eh? Thrice fired Mason. Yes, my lord. The sound that Mr. Strahd cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Mr. Strahd, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGillen? That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? With a crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. It's exactly what I was listening for when it went this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Ah! Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks. Yes. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colourful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. How do you know? She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. Naughty, but I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. But Mr. Foreman, I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Have your own opinion, man. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Yes, very refreshing. Ah! Ah! What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan? What was that word? Amadan, yep. Amadan means... in Irish and Scottish Gaelic, it means fool. Foolish fool! Oh, this carnage. It's perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going... I know. We can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence. The judge will rule, and we'll have lost. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel. I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my education. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. I'm leaning towards another entrance, which I can look at with the court record. Is the... I'm gonna have to fucking do it again, aren't I? That looks like a latch, which means it can open. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. Witness will be able to see in. I reckon there's another entrance. He got in through the top. You'd probably be able to hear that too, but I don't know. Maybe it's been well greased. Maybe it's WD-40'd every day. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, the other has only windows. Yeah! You know what sounds like a loud thump? Someone dead coming in through the skylight. The two guys up top done him. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
Nuh-uh. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Why is McGillicuddy? That's not a name. I think McGillicuddy every time I think of him, and it's not McGillicuddy. McGilded, MacGyver. McGilded. Why is Milkwood so... What's it called? Mildred? Whatever. Milkman. The defense will identify the location of the court. It's up there. Here's the omnibus. Skylight. Boom, let me do... I have to...
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
the skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brain theory? It's right there! It's 10 feet away. I'll just go walk over and open it. Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claim to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony, because they don't do the murders. They're naughty boys. It's Fairplay who fucking owes money to the guy, to McGilded, and this sussy barker, who knows what he's thinking. Makeup, but his hat's fucked up. That's gonna come back in some way. Because this guy's got a fucked up hat. He's a bad hat maker. Well, yes, that's true, but... Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded. Mr. McGilded. Mr. McGillicuddy. To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, it is not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. It is a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... You naughty boys. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? Was this the Australian guy? I think it was the Australian guy. Yeah, this is my boy Bruce. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said, you rotter! What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage, yeah, he's Australian. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said. So will I. Mr. Fairplay. Get ye gone, bot. You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's... I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. You know what they say about Australians? Every single one of them, a liar and a cad. They've all done crimes. How do you think I got to Australia? That's right, I protest too. How about you, you rotten scoundrel? Order, order, order. This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. Oh, it's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Vadzix. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. The learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. Hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. Oh! I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify! I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or the other. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. What's happening, Mr. Naruto? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. You're so sure the victim fell through the skylight? Where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine. Let me just go through that again. Do they contradict themselves in that? We the only two people bubble up there. We would have noticed. We don't know who this guy is. Skylight was shut. Doesn't directly contradict, but did they know him? Do we know? City banker owes money to McGilded. Prentice Milliner doesn't say a lot. Yeah. We just don't know. It's somewhat hard to imagine. Now either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this rooftop open rooftop deck. With the driver right in front of them. It is unusual, without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you are in collusion with one another. What? Eh? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Good on you. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favour, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defence, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. No common dealings. can't remember the evolution. I was gonna make that as the next logical joke. Are common big deers that change with the seasons. I remember it. Sorry, dealing evolution. We're going to be able to on the roof deck. Swear to that. Unless. For no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join me on the roof deck. Absolutely not. Dickon! No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilden? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself. And I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you're engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask. Do you have any evidence at all? It's all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Sawbucks. No common sawbucks. Oh, I saw you! With my own eyes! This is going so well. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one of the other would have noticed?
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus, at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? You fair dinkum, sir. Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'll give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bit of coal. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gentleman would have unlocked it and let me in. Go behind you. This man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. Oh, dreadfully sorry about that, young fellow. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie! I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now. It was a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. It's hardly surprising. Seeing things? Seeing things? I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. Oh, you! Don't take it personally now, lad. I'm a suspect in this case, and it is only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, none of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
Hold it!
Are you sure? So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Lumen, no. Not once, never. You've never met the man before, he said. Never. Or are you? And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatchets don't have much to do with brickmakers, to clear myself. No, I imagine not. Why is this hatchet then? You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remote connection to the...
No.
Oh, no! Fuck! That's right, it's about motive and we had none. Well, this guy. Hey, what's going on with that? What's the problem, buddy? Mr. McGilden. Yes, counsel, what can I be doing you for? Did the witness's last statements give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairley. It's been too long, so it has. I noticed that the victim's hat was shit. Do you see that your own hat also is shit? Mr. First, eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date? I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? A sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That top hat sliding about in your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it's a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such as thrice-fired Mason? There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence for, my lord. Oh, this, you mean? I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it would seem that the brickmaker was a customer of yours. Mr. McGilded knows too much. The sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. No, absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here have the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. Oh, we don't rest our case. Don't listen to him. That's not what that means. You little weasel. Ah! He's better at this than I am. Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. Oh shit. I got a Hat Hunter trophy achievement. For having identified the milliner responsible for the victim's hat. Scarlet was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
Hold it!
Unless. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm gonna lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. Oh, it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Now you hold there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind, loudly. I shook myself with it as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I didn't mean to say. Well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame. Yeah, we opened from the outside. What are you talking about? Latch is on the top. Press.
Excuse me.
What do you think about that? You got something to say about that, Mr. Strahd? Miss Lestrade. It opens. Huh? Yeah. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? All them skylines open, dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, I... You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had presses coming up my ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. Oh yeah, hey lass, I forgot to mention, she's got a smoke gun. A gun that shoots smoke grenades. We discovered her, but she attempted to flee the scene by dropping a smoke grenade and running out the door, but she got caught. And then, when she was introducing herself, she shot the judge with pink smoke, and then she shot me with green smoke. She rules. Anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck. Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once, and verify those witnesses' claims. Ow! Oh, my hat! See? Order, order, order! Order, order, order! So it appears that this street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. From the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Do I have to go back into it?
Hold it!
Where's your proof? It opens. Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. We came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you can call us both shysters. Brand us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment. There's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves, now is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. Ah! I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilda either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. What do we got in terms of evidence? Before we hit him with the thing opens. Turn off? No, I can't turn off auto. That's a shame. Couldn't possibly have opened it. You're so sure the victim fell with the skylight. Where's your proof? Let's go with... It opens. Oh, hang on. Yeah, how am I sure that he fell through it? Oh, I can say, hey, check out this huge puddle of blood on the floor. But that doesn't present the omnibus at this point. Uh-oh, that's not the kind of thing that results in... Uh-oh, uh-oh. Let's go through that again. I didn't read it that way, sorry. That reveals a damning inconsistency in that last statement. Damning, you say. As I look at you, counsel, I see your trembling hand, your pallid expression, your perspiring brow. Huh? It seems to me that is the damning inconsistency here. With the misplaced confidence of your assertion. Ah. He has a damning tongue. You invite it, sir. Fucking what? Okay, let's go back one. Scarlet shot the entire time. Couldn't possibly open it. Yes, you could have. But we know now the Scarlet does in fact open. Oh, I could have just done this. Oops. And what's more, the catch that secures it is found on the roof deck side. This is getting flaming onkus. This is getting absurd, he said. Completely absurd. I'm fed up with this dude translating the Australian. I know what it says, mate. Fucking know what it says. I know what he's saying. Stop riding that horse. That's right. Neither of us even knew the Scarlet had a catch. If we didn't know, we couldn't have opened it. And if we didn't open it, we couldn't have kicked the fellow down. You know who did know it did have a latch and could have opened it? The driver. Mr. Beppo. Please, where is this idea about kicking the victim through the skylight coming from? Who designed these carriages anyway? Fancy not being able to open the skylight from the inside. What about breaking wind? Didn't they think about that? There's no point having a skylight if it can't spare you embarrassment, is there? Just don't fart in the first place, mate. We're really getting off topic here. If you actually have a point, pray do enlighten the rest of us. I'll tell you what my point is. Where is my proof?
Hold it!
You're so sure the victim fell the skylight? Where's the proof? Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. You came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this. You call us both shices, brand us as criminals. Call us liars, that's what it means, and who's doing it? Yep, as it stands. Yep, oh, same, there's no evidence. Nobody's seen nothing. Need some proper evidence. No one can argue with evidence. Evidence being knife, bloody hand, knife, hat, autopsy report. There's another corrected statement. Don't allow us swear. Anything that happened when we were sitting, don't you think one of us would have noticed? In case none of the first thing I did. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hold it!
You're right. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Limino. Not once, never. You'd never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Matters don't have much to do with bookmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, actually not. Hang on, we've had this. None for the most connection. It's about motive. And we had none. Okay, I think this is new. No motive, why does this not bring up the thing the other did? I don't know. But this is new, so no motive. And, well, that's not all, is it? Oh, okay, no, that was all.
Hold it!
This guy does open. He's getting flame onkus. You've had all this. None of us knew I could open it. Couldn't fit the fellow down. Okay, no, let's go back to the other one that I haven't pressed yet, which is, I think, 2. Oops. I don't go, man, press that. I haven't pressed this yet, I don't think. Don't think one of us would have noticed. Like, haven't pressed it the second time. It was on the final run of the omnibus. Turned past it if I believe me. But it's certainly been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Some kind of a joke, you said? Perhaps you're going to be still asleep. Are you fainting, sir? Are you serious, sir? Are you for realsies? The keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bit of cow. Free shot, never open again. That's extreme. You locked the door. Don't be sorry about that, young fellow. You see, I was sleeping. I was EP. I swear, sir, I was EP as hell. Allegedly talking to someone. You! Huh? What about the driver? Can I present people? No. I killed it, 1,000,000% did it. Perhaps. Is it 1,000,000? 3 million, yep. 1,000,000% thought. Just gotta fucking prove it! I don't wanna fucking try and present on these again, because maybe the last one? I tried to present on this. Can I examine? I don't think I can present while I'm examining. Oh yeah, open it again. That wasn't that bad this time. Skylight right above. Cashless skylight is on top side. 5,000 moments, we can start over from here. Oh, this is different. This wasn't available before. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! There's blood on it! Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to pick someone like you through, certainly. Mr. Naruto. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. It's strawberry jam. It's without question. Tomato relish. Why would there be a bloodstain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? Oh, we got him! I can use your fucking proof, mate.
Hold it!
Oh shit, do I have to present? Oh fuck. Yep. You're saying some stuff. I was supposed to present on the green line. And now I'm gonna go through this, and then through the interim cutscene, and then scroll all the way through. Ah! Track his teeth. Yes, yeah, I know. I know, Sasato. Yep, we've heard it 3 times. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for your hint. Proof's right here, in the pudding.
Objection!
Got him! Alright, now we can move along. That was a fun 10 minutes. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof. Remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof, here in this courtroom. Counsel. My lord. I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You'll point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. Whoop. 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 Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Miss Naruto. Yep, yeah, we just had. Why someone like me? Stop kicking me! What? Oh, I was supposed to present. I didn't press the right button. Got it! By Jupiter! It Is that blood? No, it's wine. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Order!
Hold it!
Oh, hold it! But the blood would have sprayed up there. Sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found its way to that one particular spot in the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Also, there was no other spray in the whole room. Just a puddle on the floor. Not connected to the puddle on the seat. Which we somehow haven't brought up yet. That wasn't relevant. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. It could have also been unfastened the entire time. We don't know. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? I just did. I opened it without being on the top. So we can't really rule that one out. But there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? There we go. It's all too plain, if you see. Someone got watermelon juice everywhere. They ripped into that thing. They smashed it open. And ate it all. Even the rind. But they didn't lick up the juice. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies! My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have been done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what will you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? Bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? Because it wasn't there before all the stuff got stolen. For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
It's too fresh. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. Oh. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. What? Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session. What? What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. You're fucking cheating. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realise that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. He 1,001% did it. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your something, hands dirty, And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilder's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut, Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, Counsel? Probably when there was a huge smoke cloud, maybe someone could have done it. Hey. Hey, Lestrade, what's in your bag? Can we check out your bag real quick, Lestrade? It's true. The omnibus hasn't been in full view of it the entire time that the court's been in session. Except for when, my learned friend... Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think yes. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. The truth. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh! Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently on the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang! What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face! Bailiff! Don't let the accused escape! Secure the omnibus! This is what a flashback sounds like. Bang! I hereby call an emergency recess! Bailiff! Ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom! The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, ye rotten, feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. To the wicked plot. It is a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies, such as... To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat had shit in it, and now it don't. That's sus. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one will corroborate your claims. I can. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Glory? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Is there? Let me have a little look-see again. Anything else changed from when last I saw it? Jumping out at me. Exhibition 6 months. Crystal Tower. Everyone's fizzing. Lantern's still in here. Tower again. Yeah. Let's close our fractal. This blood is very red. Blood. It's so obvious, and Venzix is no way to mention it. Yeah, found that last time. It wasn't in the police report. And then like anything else changed. From the trauma of a knife wound to all break mega. Yeah, it's very red blood. I'm pretty sure the bloodstain wasn't there, as well as the thing being mentioned. So is that what I'm supposed to point out here? Yeah, I think we're only looking at probably. I'll go for it. I've got 3 more strikes. My lord. Yes, counsel. There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd better start watching your back.
Objection!
Bro, you can't make threats in the courtroom. Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Grr. This trial keeps swinging one way and the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared during some point in the trial? Like, yeah, there's nothing else. It's gonna be... This is something on a windowsill. Nah, it's... this bit. That's blood, isn't it? Ah, fuck. I did it again. Yeah, it's an obvious blood stain. I mean, like, yeah. That leads to me with it. It's a little strange, if you're asking me. Can't skip through those.
Got it!
Got it! Consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin. You would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord. What the fuck? Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that it's a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded, I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell ye. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it's all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there now. Oh, well. Of course, this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord. I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollection of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible threat, method by which to prove something. I'm gonna go to bed. Absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? Prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... He probably did it. Someone's covering something up. Yeah, not enough to convict. I reckon what's going to happen is he's going to be found not guilty in this one, and he's going to come up again later as a, like, the final case. It's going to be him again. I'm going to give him an innocent, because we got nothing. Prosecution says we got nothing. I'm going to go through the evidence again. Blood on his glove, nothing. Autopsy report, stab wound, nothing. Although the blood on the glove is in knife position. Bruce owes him money. It's a very fancy knife. Probably his knife. Probably his knife. Or Willy Wonka's knife. No way to know. Alright. Let's see what happens at least. It's my job. He's gonna give me 1,000 guineas or something. As Mr. McGilded's legal representative, can't breathe. The air in here is stifling. But I'm this man's defense lawyer. There's only one thing I can say in this situation. I believe the defendant, Magnus McGilded, to be innocent of all the allegations brought against him. Oh, I can hear Bubble sneaking around in the background. Welcome home, Bubble. She isn't watching yet, probably. Here's to you, my Nipponese friend, and the most abject closing I have yet to hear in a court of law. Order! Order! Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. You didn't decide shit. I just showed up. You've saved one of London's most influential gentlemen, fella. You should be proud of yourself. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah. Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have. Hey. Hey. What's this coin he's just given me? How similar is it to the coin that Gina has? What do you mean? Just as the right honourable gentleman so simply put it afore. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You... Oh, mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I'm compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. Hold it. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still have to determine if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if his witnesses are telling the truth on a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeeks. Lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. Indeed, the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with. The prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair! Culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? It's the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Brief, you've more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. With the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. I was expecting more of that sentence. Are we defending Van Zieks yet? Next? Maybe. We had a case in a turnabout in the first game where we had to defend our sweet boy Miles. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato. Thank you for your assistance. It wasn't my first victory. My first victory was the first case. I guess I wasn't properly lawyer then. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? It's not the job for the court to decide. We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. Well, no, not really. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGilded. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Well, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off, and there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I have you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fellow? How did I walk out of there a free man then? Because you've rigged the whole case. I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fellow, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ha 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 ha! Ah, 'tis water under the bridge. Take that 1,000 guineas any time now, sir. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved, unless he meant he was going to lend it to me. Exorbitant rates. I don't think I can afford that. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and obstinate deed. It's grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't. Yes, you can. You can accept that much. Accept it. Ah, bewist. You're a humble people, ye be. Ye from something. Well, if you insist. But have this, still and all. You deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? Just sooner than I was led to believe? I hope it's not an inconvenience, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They go in to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. It's a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well! 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Don't move. Whereas I want to say, get a move on. It really does take forever to load that thing. Mr. Shard, would you mind putting that thing down? Yo, grown up. Sorry? And I ate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Who? Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Grr. Excuse me, but who are you? Who's this sassy child? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty colour, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before? An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then. Follow me. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is to not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our travelling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. At this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Grenade launcher girlie being outdone by rocket launcher girl, as is always the way. And then tank girl will show up next. Should we? I was supposed to go back to what's his face? Master of Defense, General Lawman, who sent us on this quest. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of a gilded park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easy as an elderly one. Yeah, that doesn't sound agreeable. So sad. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilder down. Yeah, why didn't you take 1,000 guineas? What are you doing? Would have paid for a lovely warm room, or mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over.
What's going on?
Get the fire brigade!
Water! Bring water!
Oh
Quick!
fuck!
What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
Look out, Santa!
Oh, this can't be.
Oh, a canon voice. Nope, fuck us. We get nothing. We got a canon voice for the judge, and not for Lord Van Six. Bastards. You can't see it, but it says end in the bottom right. Oh, lovely. That was a lot of hard work, and I don't want to start case 4 at 10 o'clock, halfway through a stream. So I'm going to leave case 4 for next week, and pivot, and play a bit of Warframe. Because I've got some boosters to take advantage of. That was a pretty cool case. Next up, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Kokoro means heart. Pivot! Head back to the title screen, and go grab a glass of water real quick. BRB. See you in 4 to 6 minutes. Enjoy a gif of Morbius in the meantime.